Meet Marcos. He's an active guy who loves staying fit, and he wants to tell an English-speaking friend all about his workout routine. As you can see in this picture, his gym is packed with different options. Some people are doing sit-ups or lifting weights, while others are watching basketball or baseball on the screens. Marcos has a busy week and does a little bit of everything. In Portuguese, Marcos could just say he plays or does his activities and be perfectly understood. But when he tries to translate those exact words directly into English, things get mixed up. You can't just play a treadmill. To sound natural in English, Marcos just needs to pair the right activity word with how often he does it. First, we need to choose the specific action verb, and then we add a time word to explain the frequency. By putting these two pieces together on a weekly calendar, you can describe any active lifestyle clearly. Let's look at how to pick that action word first. In English, we sort sports into three main buckets: play, go, and do. We use the word play when there is a ball involved. If you need a ball to score points against another team, it goes straight into this bucket. Looking at this tennis match, you can clearly see the ball right there in the middle. Because of that ball, we say we play tennis. The exact same rule works for soccer, baseball, and basketball. Our second bucket is go. The rule here is about the spelling. If the activity ends with the letters ing, it belongs here. So we go swimming, we go bicycling, and we go jogging. All of those activities end in ing. This graphic shows people exercising on their own. There are no teams, no balls, and the activity names don't end in ing. When it's an individual workout like this, we use the word do. That means we do yoga, we do aerobics, and we do karate. Once you notice if a sport uses a ball, ends in ing, or is a personal workout, picking the right action word takes no time at all. Now that we have our action words sorted, we need the second part of our formula, answering the question, how often? This slider is going to help us measure our time, starting at 0% on the left and going all the way up to 100% on the right. If you just relax on the couch all week, your frequency is 0%. You never exercise. But if you hit the gym every day, you are at 100%. You always exercise. Most of us are somewhere in the middle. At 50%, we sometimes exercise. Move it up to about 70 or 80%, and we can say we often or usually exercise. When we use these general time words, they always slide into the sentence right before the action. Let's put the two parts together. We say, Marcos always plays soccer. The time word sits right in front of the action word. Percentages are great for a general idea, but let's look at this blank calendar. Sometimes Marcos needs to be specific about his schedule. He needs to name exact days. When counting exact times, English has two special words. We don't say one time, we say once. And instead of saying 2 times, we say twice. And unlike our percentage words that jump to the front of the sentence, these exact numbers wait politely at the very end. These specific phrases work just like solid appointments, locking your workout into an exact spot in your daily routine. Let's help Marcos build his whole routine using everything we've learned. First, for a general individual workout, we place the frequency word before the action. I usually do yoga. Then, for an ing activity on a strict schedule, the time phrase goes last. I go swimming twice a week. By checking the sport type and deciding how specific your schedule is, those translation traps disappear. You now have a clear, organized plan. Now it's your turn. Head to the comments and write one sentence about your own routine. Just pick one verb, play, go, or do, and pair it with a time word.